The disgraced president-elect Donald Trump has nominated Dr. Mehmet Oz to serve as the administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, a federal agency with an annual budget of $2.6 trillion. Trump said America is facing a healthcare crisis and there may be no physician more qualified and capable than Dr. Oz to make America healthy again. While holding a medical license, Mehmet Oz, widely known as Dr. Oz, has long pushed misleading, science-free and unproven alternative therapies such as homeopathy, as well as fad diets, detoxes and cleanses on his various television appearances. Some of these things have been potentially harmful, including hydroxychloroquine, which he once touted would be beneficial in the treatment or prevention of COVID. This assertion has been thoroughly debunked.
Patients that have been enrolled using hydroxychloroquine plus the antibiotic Z-Pak, with 7 of those patients who were hospitalized dying and 20 going to the ICU. Those are pretty good numbers. And there's also a randomized trial, the gold standard version of how you look at this, from China. It was small, but clinically significant and statistically significant, which means it's highly unlikely to be random chance. Less fever, less cough, and less pneumonia problems. So these are all things you want to see. I do, and most doctors in the world, this is their number one choice for products you recommend. It's not proven. It also is very safe. I don't know where all these rumors started that it's not safe. You talk to the rheumatologists, and I have one of them on my show today, saying that we've used these drugs for decades, billion prescriptions probably around the world. It's just not a dangerous drug. There's not even a protocol to prescribe it because it's so safe when used by itself. So doctors should be talking to their patients without a lot of people interfering about the only real tool that most of us feel we can comfortably prescribe widely. As we get more ideas, it can be replaced. But in the meantime, you go to war with the army you have.
He built a significant following around his lucrative but evidence-free advice and products that he sold on television. Trump praised Oz as an eminent physician, heart surgeon, inventor, and world-class communicator who has championed healthy living for decades. He added that Oz would work closely with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been nominated to lead the Department of Health and Human Services to combat the illness-industrial complex and address chronic diseases. Oz, who ran an unsuccessful campaign for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago, is expected to focus on overhauling waste and fraud in the healthcare system while taking a more aggressive stance on chronic illnesses. Trump's announcement notes that Oz graduated from Harvard, earned a joint MD and MBA from the University of Pennsylvania, and that he won 9 daytime Emmys for the Dr. Oz show. 64-year-old Oz is a surgeon who hosted a TV talk show focused on health for a decade. He built his TV career after being a frequent guest on the Oprah Winfrey Show. The CMS oversees Medicare, the federal health insurance program for people aged 65 and older and those with disabilities, and Medicaid, which provides insurance for low-income Americans. Combined, these programs cover over 140 million people. The agency also manages enrollment in the Affordable Care Act, a program that Republicans, including Trump, have previously attempted to repeal, but now aim to reform with a plan that is coming in just a couple of weeks. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Oz caused controversy on Fox News as a commentator promoting unproven treatments for COVID. He also criticized mask mandates and other pandemic policies, claiming they lacked scientific support. In 2020, Oz advocated for expanding Medicare Advantage, a program that allows private insurers to manage government-funded benefits to more Americans. Following the news of his nomination, shares of Humana, a major provider of Medicare Advantage plans, rose 1.8% to $282.75. Trump has vowed not to cut Medicare, but is expected to allow federal subsidies for Medicaid to expire next year. Oz expressed support for Kennedy's nomination, saying in a recent Fox interview that he knows the HHS nominee personally and looks forward to working with him. Both nominations require Senate confirmation, and as I've said previously, it appears that Donald Trump's extreme agenda attracts only the most unqualified characters for these roles. Literally, nobody with experience wants to work for Donald Trump, and so he's left with the waifs and strays that continue to circle his orbit looking for scraps. I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, and on Sunday on The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.